Yeah, man. So, talk about voices. Um, a lot of people think that. Um, a lot of people think that if you're hearing the voices, okay, that it's some kind of chat. I've heard it called a chatterbox or artificial intelligence or supercomputers, all kinds of stuff. Okay, it's none of that. All right, it is coming through a computer system. Okay, a girl was like, they used to use the voices of my parents and stuff like that. Let me tell you why. Okay, um, okay, in your mind, if you can hear exactly how somebody sounds, and like if you can like imagine them talking to you and hear that, then with artificial telepathy, somebody that's listening to you or on the other end of the system connected, they can hear you thinking. Okay, so it's like you're doing that voice that you're hearing, that you're imagining in your mind. Okay, so most people aren't very good at that, and it's very difficult to do voices. Okay, the way that they do voices is, she said they always did her parents' voices. Okay, that's because they have your parents on remote neural monitoring. Whoever is gang stalking you has you and your parents and whoever else is around you probably on remote neural monitoring. Okay, it's probably your ex. In most cases, it is. It's my ex, and about more than half the people I talk to think that it's their ex, and some of them that I really know their situation, I know that it's their ex, and I know that my ex does it to a lot of her exes. Okay, and another ex of mine also has been on my neural monitoring, and I would assume that she does it to her exes too. It's just how the game goes. That's what these gang stalkers love to do. They love to put their exes on remote neural monitoring and broadcast themselves and their minds to their exes while they're doing mind control sex. Okay, I put out some stuff talking about all this on SoundCloud a year or two ago. I was real big on SoundCloud before I started doing the YouTube because I would record the telepathy, okay, the artificial telepathy. There's different ways that it works, okay? The telepathy, the what you hear, the people out loud talking to you, okay? A lot of people get it misunderstood or mixed up. It's not in your head, okay? It's coming from all around, okay? It's artificial telepathy. It's like a broadcast, okay? But you can hear it coming from different areas, okay? And the people that are telepathic out loud with you is more difficult to record. The people that are on your channel but they don't have telepathic activated as a setting and they're just broadcasting to you, EMF broadcasting, you can hear that sometimes, but that mainly disperses off of other real noises like this airplane going over. I can hear them coming through the airplane, okay? It's, a lot of times you can control that. It's what you hear is what they'll come through because it's your neural monitoring, so it kind of works that way. If you start hearing the traffic noise, then they'll start coming through the traffic. You just hear an airplane or a dog barking, then that's what they'll come through because you're overriding whatever the setting is that they're using. But the EMF broadcast likes to disperse on other noises. I used to do a lot of like water faucets and dogs barking and birds and crickets and all kinds of stuff on my SoundCloud, and I can basically mind control that broadcast to come through the different things, just like you can mind control a broadcast to go into the clouds, and then you can evaporate clouds. If you're on remote and they're broadcasting to you, then you can evaporate clouds. Just focus on those clouds and you can evaporate those clouds because the broadcast is going to go where you see and it's going to sound where you hear. So they're microwaves, EMF microwaves, and they will evaporate clouds. And anybody that tries to come up with any other little theory for you as a liar and most likely a gang stalker. It's propaganda. It's all propaganda. They love to try to make you seem crazy. Okay, if they broadcast an EMF hologram man in the gun in a tree with a gun, you know, wearing army clothes, and then you call the police and say, I seen an army man in a tree with a gun, then how do you look? Okay, that's what they want. Okay, they're stupid enough that they thought that was their plan. Really, while they're tools, infatuated with the power and just carrying out this this inevitable thing for the elite people, while they're just doing it for free. They're, you know, you got this technology is leaked intentionally. It's not like they're world-class hackers and they're into the NSA satellites or whatever. It's not like that. This technology is intentionally leaked. Without it being leaked, then a lot of pharmaceutical companies aren't making $20 billion a year. Write that down. Write $20 billion. Okay, and then start to fathom how much that is, and then start to think of how all these different big head companies are making that every year. Okay, so many zeros, like a lot of zeros. It's long. You might have to go 2 lines on that. Okay, but if somebody's in the system, then their voice can be used as a setting. Okay, and then you don't have to know that person very well to be able to think how they sound. If you know somebody very well, or like if you listen to an artist a lot, you know, then you know, I used to listen to mystical, so I can do mystical as a voice. You know, I'm sure he's not a voice setting on my neural monitoring, but I can damn sure do him because I can hear it, how it sounds. If you hear something a lot, then you can probably imagine how it sounds, like hear it in your head, and then it's coming out on the other end as telepathy, artificial telepathy from your mind. So somebody else will hear it, and then you're the newest expert ventriloquist or a magician or whatever, impersonator. Okay, that's how it works. But if somebody's on neural monitoring, then their voice can be used as a setting. Okay, so you know, like Ricky Patton, this guy on my channel, he could I don't know if you know, my ex-girlfriend allows people to use my voice as a setting, but he could like try to come out with some kind of fake audio that was in my voice. Okay, it wouldn't work. Okay, because you can still tell the difference from personality if you know somebody, and if you diagnosed my personality and you knew me, you would know that it wasn't me. Okay, but like Marcus is always doing Emily voices. I know Emily's not on my channel. She is. Okay, she's broadcasting EMF, but she's not telepathic on my channel. But you know, they love to do her voice, and she allows them to use her voice as a setting. Okay, and they can use, if they have somebody on remote neural monitoring, then they can use their voice as a setting. Okay, but if you think about what's going on and you listen to that person, you'll know. If you know that person's, that the voice that they're using, then, and you know that person well, then you'll know that that's not them. That's not their personality, even though the voice is coming out perfectly. Okay, it's just a person. It's a gang stalker. It's never a computer. Okay, the computer is just in between the two humans. Okay, and they can activate that voice setting and use that voice setting. Okay, but it's still a person talking on the other end. Okay, they love to do voices. You have to really start to decipher the personalities and get to know these gang stalkers that are messing with you, and think about the people that you know that they're trying to impersonate. So you know, that's how it works. It's not artificial intelligence. The system does learn from you, but the system's not the thing that's messing with you. The system can actually help you. It's the gang stalkers on the other end that have control and access and possession of your neural monitoring, which is your control panel for the artificial telepathy, your neurological control panel, and for the EMF broadcasting. So that's how it works, and that's what it's all about, is getting your neural monitoring. Okay, so that's it.